Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign, Cappy, this is for you. Remember to check them out for all three so that you are aware of which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. With that said, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, you have Justice. All right. So also, for those of you that are continued subbies, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you excuse me, if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Ooh, excuse me. So your Justice card here as your overarching key to the week almost suggests that well, not even almost, in all of these different areas of life, new contracts are being forged. Now, this doesn't always have to mean like an actual, this is what I'm signing for contract. Sometimes this can be a verbal agreement. Sometimes it's a commitment that we make in our mind or in our heart. And so this tells me that in all of these different areas of life this week, you are rededicating yourself or recommitting yourself to whatever is going on in your life. I actually like this because in some way, shape or form, I actually think this is you rededicating yourself to what you think, or not what you think, what you know to be important for you. For your actions and options, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. For a lot of you, this is about rededication to your work, to your job, to your daily grind. Maybe for some of you, this could be even to your studies. What I really like about this is there's a part of you that is really focused on getting the most out of your work. And it's not that I think you've dropped the ball. I think, though, for a lot of Capricorns, you guys have really been trying to figure out how to get your mojo back for work. And because work is such an intrinsic sort of important part of what you do, I think a lot of you have kind of, you know, it's like if your work isn't going well, it's almost like a big part of your identity is not going well either. And so I think there's like this recommitment here. For some of you, this could literally be a work contract that comes up. Your boss might come to you and say, look, we're changing your job role, we're changing your job title. It's likely to come with a pay rise. So yeah, right? Like don't knock it until it comes, right? Once it comes, if you're not happy with it, then renegotiate. But until then, just see what comes up. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Sun card. Sun card with the Eight of Pentacles. Whatever that news is that comes from the work around a new contract, around changing your role, your responsibilities, it will likely come with a pay rise. It's very good news. The communications that come in around contractual matters at this moment in time are very good news. This really, for me, this feels like you have a lot more of a stronger position than maybe even you realized at this point, which is great. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this is a moment where everything starts to make sense and you rededicate yourself to the studies that you're doing. So whatever knowledge or information you've been kind of gathering or gaining, it looks like you've been doing this in a way like up until now where it's kind of like you feel like you've been coasting a little, only now it starts to become fun and it actually starts to get easier, especially because you're rededicating yourself to those studies. For your for those of you that are employed by somebody else, again, work contracts, change of duties, all of that stuff that I mentioned earlier. If you're a business owner, this looks very nice for you because it looks like you're about to get some kind of blessing for the commitment that you've already demonstrated in your work, but also you're seeing rewards start to show up for things that you know that you're going to put forward later on. So it's almost like you're getting some of the rewards from previous, but you're also getting the faith, the trust and the belief from the outside world, and things are starting to build, things are starting to gain momentum. So I love this. And also there is a clarity here. There's like a clarity in terms of where you're driving your business that you haven't maybe had in a while. And there's a clear cut, yes, now I understand it. It's time to go for that expansion. For And then for those of you that are retired and no longer working, I actually think this is you taking on a new vocation, and I actually think this is a lot of you taking on some kind of new responsibility professionally, just because you want something else to do. It's like you're going back to work, but not full time to slog it out and climb the corporate ladder. You're doing this because you feel like there's still yet more for you to give. Which there always is, right? So in your love and relations, you've got the Seven of Cups. So this is where it gets a little bit more sort of tricky. It is the Seven of Cups next to the Sun, so whatever comes up, it's not going to be as bad as it could have been. But I am going to say for a select few of you, there's a potential here that you either catch a partner in a lie, or plans that you had put together maybe get put on hold because, you know, maybe this is because of the advancement that happens for you that comes out of nowhere. And it's also possibly because you haven't, what's the word that I'm looking for? Yeah, it's also possibly because you haven't taken off anything from the plate, right? It's like you've just kept going with the extra amounts of everything. And so for a select few of you, your significant other is kind of going to be the weak link in the chain this week. It's just something that needs to be observed and examined and talked out. The Sun card is here, so it will pass quickly. For those of you that are single and looking, there are potentially many suitors on the table for you, but quite frankly, it looks like you're more interested in work at this point. For your money and materials, look at that. You got the Ten of Cups with the Justice card. This is a commitment to new financial resources. It is new work, new jobs, some kind of elevation that shows up that brings new financial potentials and benefits. The Ten of Cups with the Sun card, that's great for money. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Ten of Cups is a healing card. It also pertains to the feet. If you've had problems, I touch wood, I hope I'm wrong, but if you've had problems with your hand-eye coordination, this week you could see it start to improve. Now, I'm not a doctor, a medical specialist or anything like that, but I will say it looks like your hand-eye coordination or even your foot-eye coordination is going to start to really improve. Whatever impaired it, I actually think was emotional more than anything else. For those of you that are, and then when it comes to your home and environment, you couldn't have a better card for home, because this card literally represents the happy home, the happy, healthy, warm home. And this is you rededicating yourself to having that, whether you're single, partnered or whatever is irrelevant. It's like, I want to get back to enjoying my time, my space, and being in that, cocoon of safety and sanctuary. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.